Hello, and welcome to the Pure Michigan Properties Podcast, episode number 26. My name is Dylan Mostyn, and I am joined with...
Hey, I am Shalaunda and I.
What's up, Shalaunda?
What's going on, Dylan?
How are you?
You know what? I'm doing very well.
Yeah?
Yes, I love it. I'm having a great time, right? It's the summertime, kick back, relax. I've been indoors, though.
Okay.
I probably need to get out and get some vitamin D.
Yeah.
But I had the opportunity to get some rest.
Very important.
Well-needed, well-deserved rest.
I will say, especially on the emphasis of well-deserved.
Yes.
For sure. You worked hard this month.
I could have worked harder, but I did work hard.
Everyone can work a little bit harder, but, I mean, genuinely.
No, I appreciate it.
One thing I want to say before we actually get into the episode is we want to shout out Leverage by Design Studio. We are very grateful and appreciative of the fact that they allow us to come in each and every week to film a podcast episode for you guys. So we just wanted to give them a special shout out for allowing us to use their studio, equipment, and resources. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Leverage by Design.
So, Shalaunda, let's talk about the episode that we are going to be talking about today. It was actually your idea, and I think that you should be the one who reveals it.
Well, let's get started. So, here's what I found out through just polling friends and family members, social media, in person, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the reoccurring topic of what most folks want to hear about is how to help manage stress during their real estate journey.
Right.
And so, for me, I do include in my customized packages a self-care checklist. And so, today we'll be sharing some of what we think that will be beneficial during the process, just to help maintain and manage the stress.
I totally agree. So the first thing that I always tell when I'm first meeting with either a buyer or seller, just at the end, my clients,
Mm-hmm.
I always set the expectations of what the process looks like, and I tell them there might be a couple of bumps in the road, and that might stress you out, that might keep you anxious, it might just keep your mind racing on things.
Right.
But I think the self-care, the stress relief of the whole process, that part, I don't have that in my presentation, and I think that's something I want to eventually include. But I think that's so important.
Okay.
So tell me how you kind of figured out where your clients' stress comes from.
So here's the thing. Everyone has their own triggers and, stressors and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't yet pinpointed exactly what that is. But let's be proactive, right? And
You're
so I provide this checklist, and I'll read it off. I don't have it memorized or anything like that. But before I read this off, I do believe that being informed, right, so that you're making conscious decisions, making sure our clients are well educated on what's going on in the market, because things shift sometimes day to day.
Right.
And so just being upfront.
Yeah.
So that, when stuff hit the fan.
For sure.
And things aren't going as planned.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone still knows how to remain level-headed.
100%. I tell a lot of my clients is that my job is to remove the emotion out of this. Obviously, this is an emotional transaction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come at you and just tell you the straight facts of the whole situation. Obviously, it might stress you out, right? Let's say, for even, a lot of, my buyers, when they submit offers and they don't get it accepted, it's stressful, right? Because, one, they might be in an apartment and their lease might be ending soon, right?
Sure.
That's stressful. It's where are we going next? Are we going to continue to do a month-to-month lease?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to find a hotel room? What are we going to do, right?
Correct.
So I personally try to take the stress out from my end, because I know if I speak to my clients with stress, what do you think that's going to happen?
Absolutely.
They're going to get more stressed out.
They're going to be
It's like the airlines. If you see the stewardess, they're freaking out, you should be freaking out.
Imagine that. How do you put on this air mask? Wait a minute. So yeah,
right.
Definitely that airline effect. Yeah, for me, I have learned to take out the emotion during this process. It's something that I haven't done um, while in real estate, which is surprising because I'm a very emotional being.
Right. I mean, that's just human nature.
It is human nature. But the thing about it is I'm so passionate about everything that I do.
Right.
And so that's what triggers the emotion. But I did learn early on before entering into the industry that it's not about me.
Exactly.
And so with that being said, in order for me to render best services, had to remove those emotions.
For sure.
Absolutely. And so during consultation, one of the things that I always say to the prospective client at that time is, hey, we don't know how long, this transaction or this process could be. Right? So here's some things that you should do. I recommend that you do, just to keep things manageable for you.
For sure.
Right? And in due time, we'll get to the closing table.
Exactly. I tell my clients, I'm like, this is not a process that should be rushed. Should feel like we have to hurry up and do stuff. Because no, I mean, this should be enjoyable at the end of the day. Overall, yes, in like the little bits and chunks, there's going to probably be a couple hiccups, or there might be some things that just aren't going in our favor at that point in time.
Yeah.
But you have to trust the process.
Trust the process. Yeah.
So, and I think that's why, I mean, you do a fabulous job at it too, is in your consultation, setting those expectations, just so that when stuff like that does pop up, because it does, that it's not adding another layer of stress and an anxiety to your clients for saying, wait, we never knew this was going to happen. We always thought our offer would get accepted, right? So it's just kind of saying, this is the best case scenario, this is the worst case scenario. Like, that's what I always tell my clients.
Yeah.
And this is where I project we're going to be going.
Yeah, always knowing the outcome and having multiple angles to reach that same goal for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so, if you don't mind, I'll take a minute just to go over a little bit what's on the checklist, unless you have something else to add.
No, I think this is great. Let's do this.
Let's do this. So self-care isn't an act, but a loving commitment to oneself. Let's first understand that. And so how do you cherish yourself this week? So again, the real estate journey could be, well, we don't know. Right? You can find a home tomorrow, or it may be months down the line. It just depends on the client's needs.
Correct.
And so here's some things, recommendations that you can do for self-care. Take a long bath.
Yep. Put on that hot water, maybe with some bubbles.
You see, get you a salt lamp.
Yes.
Himalaya salt lamp, plug it up. Create a whole experience.
Dim the lights, maybe light a
lights.
Candle or something.
Yes, get you some music, something that's relaxing.
Right.
Put your feet up.
Yep.
Get you a pillow.
Oh, now we're talking.
And so, moving right along to the next one, read for pleasure.
Yeah.
Of course, these suggestions and things depends on one's personality.
Correct.
And the things that they like to do. But go for a long walk.
I love that. I do that all the time.
And I've got away from the walks.
Okay.
I actually mentioned to my kids, like, I think I need to get back to doing my walks.
It's it's great for your health and just your well-being as well.
Absolutely. One thing years ago, and this was some years ago, I didn't have a car at the time. Well, I did have a car. I had two of them. Neither one of them was working. Now, this was years ago. And at this point, I was also in school. So I did what I had to do. And those were some of the most peaceful days that I had.
I bet.
I walked to the bus stop. I got on the bus, the city transit, or either I rode my bike. And it's something about that fresh air.
Right.
And then, again, I didn't have to worry about what the driver's doing next to me or,
that added level of stress. Or just
added level of stress.
Right.
Because when we drive, we have to drive for everyone,
and
not just ourselves.
You're outside, you're getting vitamin D, you're just you feel the fresh, or you get the fresh air in.
Yes. And this was in the winter time.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I don't know, it was just something about that walk.
Right.
So,
It's special.
It was so peaceful.
I bet.
It was peaceful. It was so serene. So,
Mm-hmm.
but practice mindful meditation.
That's something I need to work on.
That's something-
I'm not the best at that.
You and I both. So, one thing I learned from a friend of mine is just practicing how to clear your mind just in 20-second increments
Yeah.
at a time. Do you do yoga?
I tried. I should really get back into it.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That's I was gonna ask. Funny thing is, try gentle yoga.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's something we all need to try.
I mean, I have a yoga mat in my car. I really should. It's so. I don't know why it's in there, but yeah.
It's funny. I have one at home, but my bike is on the yoga mat.
Oh.
I didn't want it to get scratched. So.
No, fair enough. I can't blame you.
But cook a nourishing meal.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's great.
I think so. Visit a museum or a gallery. Gardening.
That's a good one. My dad, he loves to garden. So
Mm-hmm.
we call him Mr. Green Thumb.
Okay.
And he's always outside. And funny enough, way off topic, but one year he won like Garden of the Year for like our I don't know if it was like our subdivision or our city or something.
Okay.
But he that's his stress relief.
He's the Mr. Wilson of your neighborhood.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's funny that you caught that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. But paint or draw is another suggestion. Engage in a hobby of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your favorite music.
Mm-hmm.
Spend time with a loved one.
Huge.
You know, watch a light-hearted movie.
Mm-hmm.
Pamper yourself.
Yep.
Take a short nap.
Mine will not be short, but I'll take a nap.
Go for a swim. Practice gratitude.
Mm.
Attend a workshop or a class.
Mm-hmm.
And explore a new place.
I love that. Especially exploring a new place. I mean, especially in Michigan, there's a ton of places to go, whether that's like a new coffee shop or a museum, right? There's so many different things that are popping up in different cities and different areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there's no shortage of finding new places to go, especially now that it's like the summertime, farmers markets, all these different places.
Yeah. And so, to that end, do you have anything to add?
I mean, at the end of the day, I always tell my clients just do something that doesn't feel like work. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it's a healthy thing for you to do, right? Like,
Absolutely.
like drinking, probably not the best idea. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I love a good glass of wine at the end of the night. Not shaming you because I do the exact same thing. I'm just saying, like, you don't need to get blackout drunk. But I mean, for me, like, taking a nap is huge. Like, recently, I would say within the past like 6 months, have loved taking naps. It's my favorite thing to do. Like around, I mean, usually when I get back from work, I'll go back in my bed, nap for like no longer than an hour. But
no longer than an hour.
No longer than an hour.
That, Dylan? I don't know.
No, not good. Sometimes an hour and a half.
But I do agree with you. And some time ago, I learned that there are certain states, or no, I would say country, you know, our Spanish communities, they actually shut down midday just for that reason.
Just to like relax.
Just to reset.
I like that.
And then,
why don't we do that?
Right, and then they open their business establishments back up and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a great solution to a lot of the world problems.
Right. We should be taking notes off that.
Yes, absolutely.
The world would be a way better place.
I think so. I really think so. Imagine, because we wake up depending on, our lifestyles and things like that, early mornings.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's not an early person.
No.
But sometimes society and our lifestyles just cause for us to,
Right.
wake up those early mornings.
For sure.
And so you wake up and you haven't had your coffee, or your day's not going the way that you want it to go, a good nap is a great reset.
Right. I love a good nap.
Wake up with a changed mindset, then you're ready to go, right?
Let me ask you this. Because sometimes people don't know they're stressed until it, like, hits that, like, breaking point, and then they just, like, blow up, or, like, they just, it feels like they're falling off a cliff. For me, I always am analyzing my clients to see, like, when we're, like, either walking through homes or we're talking about their house being sold. Like, I'm, like, trying to look for, like, those things in, like, whether, like, it's their body language, the way they speak, the words they use. I try to see if, like, I can sense, like, a urge of stress or something. And I'll kind of, I won't say it to them. I'm not like, oh, Shalaunda, you seem stressed. But, like, I'll kind of, like, hint to them, like, hey, maybe we need to take, like, a week off of showings. Or, hey, you know what? Let's relax a little bit. We don't need to be doing X, Y, and Z right now. Like, let's pump the brakes. Because right now it's not urgent. Unless it is urgent, because sometimes there are. But especially, like, I mean, my buyers, like, if a couple of my clients have lost out on multiple homes, and it takes an emotional toll on you, right? Because they get connected with the home, and, like,
that's right.
And they find out they didn't get it, they're upset, they're disappointed, right? And it's just like at that point, like, they're looking at me like, oh, do we have
suggest to my buyer, hey, you step away, and here's what I'll do. This is the time where you trust my judgment, and you allow me to continue the shopping efforts for you.
Right.
And so I'll go preview these homes that meet your criteria. I'll video record them, maybe even include you on the FaceTime.
There you go.
And then you can make a decision if it's worth you coming out to see it or not.
Right.
And so that way we're still moving forward in the process, but they don't have to, you know, it's a lot sometimes to get the car packed, get going, and only to have your dream shot down.
I mean, we were talking about this off camera, but it was that we are in this 24/7. We're in the industry. Like, to us, like, this is just a normal working day for us.
Right.
But I think I do a bad job of also not connecting on an emotion with my clients that much, because I know how stressful it can get, but sometimes I don't recognize that within my clients until, like, I start to see that within them. Like, like when, like, they keep losing out on houses, like, I need to start thinking in the back of my head, how does this make them feel? Right? They're not feeling the best right now. They're not super excited. And if they're not excited, how can I get excited about this for them? Right? At the end of the day, I just want to give them the best experience possible.
Absolutely.
And sometimes that really means either taking a break or going to the houses without them and videotaping it or FaceTiming them, because to them, they also work another job. Most people that I work with, they'll have another job that they're doing, either like 9 to 5 or whatever their hours are. This is just an extra thing on their plate.
And exactly, the real estate journey is definitely like a second full-time job.
Right.
And that's for, anyone in a transaction, for sure.
Even like you're selling your house, let's say, right? Every time you get a showing request, now you have to tidy up your home. You have to leave it. If you have pets, then you have to figure out what you're doing with the pets. Are you going to keep them in a cage, or are you going to take them with you outside? And then, like, it can be a lot sometimes, and I think I need to start recognizing that within my clients. Obviously, I'll talk to them about that in the consultation. But, I mean, as we've been getting into the industry more and more, I think making that connection with them and saying, hey, I understand how you feel about this. Let's do this. This is the game plan for X, Y, and Z.
And that's part of the reason why we're here today, because we want you to understand that we do understand what, stress is and things like that. Stress is normal for life, because without stress, scientifically, there's no life.
I like to say pressure makes diamonds.
And
so a little bit of pressure, but as long as it's not paralyzing you.
As long as it's not paralyzing you. And tap into whatever you guys works for you.
Oh, 100%.
And even if that's, going forth and worship and whatever that means to you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Getting involved in community events.
Right.
Check it out. You know.
Whatever, like I like to tell my clients, whatever gives you life again.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't care what that means to you. Whatever gives you life, if that's right.
Yeah.
Worship, reading, napping, watching your favorite show, cooking your favorite meal. I don't care. Listening to your favorite podcast.
All right.
Do whatever that brings you back to life. Whatever gets you more excited, gets you more energy within you. Right? Maybe that's hanging out with friends.
That's
playing
it.
with the dog, going to the dog park. I don't care.
And you know what? I think now that we're talking about it, I think a few things that I may implement is having, my clients actually write down what they would like to do for self-care. And just
It's a good idea.
Yeah. And just me keeping track of that they're actually
doing it.
Doing it. Keep them accountable.
They're holding you accountable
Yeah.
as the agent. You hold them accountable as the client, right?
Yeah.
Saying, listen, this is only going to be as stress-free as you guys want to make it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, we'll most likely there's a couple bumps in the road, whether that's just not finding the right house, not getting your offer, whatever. There's so many different aspects of this whole transaction.
That's right.
That, especially like behind the scenes that we do as agents that our clients don't know, sometimes making that phone call to your client is hard. Because it's going to stress them out.
Yeah, so, hey, imagine this call. Hey, Rory, hey.
Hey, Shalaunda.
Hey, Dylan, how are you?
Fabulous, how are you?
Dylan, I'm doing good. But I am calling for a reason.
Okay.
Dylan, have you taken that long bath today?
No, not today.
I think this is the time that you get yourself prepared. We have a conversation that may be a little bit challenging that we need to have.
Okay.
Okay, and so maybe it may stress you out, and I hope that's not the case, because just sometimes in life things don't happen the way we plan them to happen.
That makes sense.
And it's okay. Trust me, it's okay. Because if it doesn't happen, it wasn't meant to happen.
Fair enough.
Okay, Dylan? So, before you get in the tub, though, I just wanted to let you know that maybe X, Y, and Z didn't fall through as planned.
Oh, Shalaunda, that just ruined my day.
But no, here's the solution, though, to the problem.
Okay.
We're going to pivot.
Okay.
And we're going to do X, Y, and Z.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
That way we're still on track.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Reach your goals. And so, get you some rest.
Right.
And let's start tomorrow on a fresh slate.
Each day is a new day.
That's
a new day for greatness.
That's it. Seriously.
That's all it is.
And you reminded me that.
We all need a reminder. At the end of the
Dylan
day.
has been great, you guys.
Oh, thank you. But no, honestly, I mean, that text was serious.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, at the end of the day, we all sometimes need that pick-me-up, whether that's calling, like, your best friend, right?
Yeah.
And just saying, hey, like, this is what I'm going through. Sometimes, I mean, literally being vulnerable is the best thing for people.
It is. It is. You have to know who you're being vulnerable with.
Correct.
But absolutely.
I mean, as long as you're with a trusted person, sometimes that's what... I mean, I do that all the time. I'll pick up the phone, call my best friend, and say, I'm pissed off, like, this upset me, right? And it's just to get it off my mind.
Yeah, get it off your chest, and then maybe they'll come again with a solution from a different angle that you couldn't see.
Right. I mean, sometimes when you get bad news delivered, or like you're just having a bad day, the cloudiness of like your mind, like, right? It can just really, it blocks the vision of really another solution.
Absolutely. Can't see the full picture if you're in it.
I really like that.
You've never heard that before?
I've never heard anyone say that. That's really good.
You can't get the picture if you're in it, so.
That's really good. I think we should end off on that. But let's hear from our audience. What tips and strategies, if one, you've been in the real estate journey yourself, have you done? And if you haven't been, what are some stuff that you would like to incorporate if you get stressed out? It doesn't even have to be real estate. It can be life. I mean, work can get stressful, life can get stressful, family, holidays, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what are some tips and strategies that you use? I mean, for me, breathing. It sounds crazy, but like I'll breathe in and breathe out. I'm like, okay.
Well, no, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah. First, get the oxygen, reoxygenate
right.
your brain.
forces me to stop for a second.
And you know what? Sometimes that's all we really need is that 1 second.
Literally a
It
second.
can change
your day.
It can change
Your life.
It can change your life. That's the word where I was going.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Change your life. But no, you helped me out there. And so, yeah, we love to hear from you guys. Let us know some of the things that you do when you are stressed.
Right.
To relieve those.
Exactly.
That stress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Shalaunda, if they are ready to start their real estate journey, how do they get in contact with you?
Hey, listen, if you're ready to start, then I'm ready to start with you. And so you can reach out to me. You can call me at 586-339-8321. Or you can text me. Feel free to email me if that's the way you communicate at Shalaunda, spelled SHALAUNDA.KW.com. And for Dylan information, Dylan?
The best way to get in contact with me is either call or text to 248-891-9860. Or if you don't want to do that, you can definitely just check out my website, dylanmostyn.com, spelled DYLANMOSTYN. And I look forward to having a conversation with you guys.
Guys, as always, we thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your time. We look forward to joining us and
better conversations each and every week.
And having us a part of your journey every week. So thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.